So we're at the Electronic Music Festival, and obviously that means that the genre, the scene as a whole, has grown big enough to have 3 days of just electronic music. You've played at events, single events, that have probably got more people on one dance floor. But what's your sense about this new thing that is actually trying to show where South African electronic music as a whole is at?
It's very exciting. I've been traveling a lot to other countries. Like I just came back from Miami from a conference, a winter music conference. You know, it is amazing to now see this trend starting here. I feel this is what we need, and there's no better place than Cape Town to have such, because of how much music Cape Town has, how deeply rooted the Cape Town scene is musically, and you know, it's really amazing that at last, you know, we have our own. It's in the beginning stages, but I think it's going to be an amazing festival.
Then as a DJ and as a producer, how do you draw that fine line between playing stuff or creating stuff that people are going to love, but also pushing that boundary a little bit more, getting them to open their minds a bit?
It's been very tricky. I'm working on my album now, and I'd say my last 3 releases, which are my only albums, have been purely what I love. And I'm at a point now where I want to balance the two, what I love and what I think people should start looking out for. It's not an easy thing, you know, especially with the traveling. You know, you get to see the other scenes, you get to see how people feel and hear the music. And I'm trying to strike that balance. You know, doing the music that I love and music that will appeal not just to the deep, soulful house scene, but to the entire market. It's a very tricky one.
One of the things that launched you on your way was doing a remix of a very important political South African song. And how do you find that those kinds of important messages translate into a house and an Afro house scene?
It's very important. I think purely because South African music has always been about stories and has always been political. It has always been about stories, good or bad, happy, party stories, it doesn't matter. But this is what makes us different. You know, we are storytellers. If you listen to the songs from Freshly Ground, you know, they tell stories. Any artist, basically, in South Africa, at least on an album, you will get a story. So our music is always about stories. So even now, I mean, on the album that I'm doing already, you know, I sort of like try and incorporate that. I don't just want to do a song with loops, with no messages. I make sure people can listen and take something from the music.
And the DJ Black Coffee Foundation, how is that going?
It's going. We actually are starting to do like serious work. We've been doing a small events. We've raised funds to get wheelchairs into different homes. In the winter, we get blankets, we support homes, but we want to start now doing like serious things and attracting the right clientele, you know. So we're working on a run that we want to do in September, something that, you know, we want it to be really big in Soweto, in conjunction with Maponya Mall. We're working on a fun run that we're going to do in September.
Last question then is, looking forward to 2012, you've obviously got your album coming, you're dropping that. Where do you think the scene's going in terms of South African music, perhaps specifically South African house, pushing into the international field and taking it further?
Oh, it's very hard to tell, man. Last night I saw, what's this band? Good Fun. What is it called? Good Luck. You know, and it was my first time seeing them on stage, and I was saying to my wife that we were watching, like, they would really make it internationally, you know. It's very hard to say this is the kind of sound, but there are acts that are really, really, really breaking the boundaries, you know. Like I was saying, Goldfish has been doing very well, and it's really hard to tell what exactly, but South African house music is really now breaking into the scene internationally. Not the mainstream as yet, but we're slowly getting there.
Thanks, man. Thanks for your time and all the best for the album.